What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni, and welcome to a very sad topic, in my opinion. How the Nightingale and the Ravana have ruined Beacon Rush for me. Okay? You guys know me, I loved Beacon Rush. I literally played 2 hours live streams with nothing but Beacon Rush the whole time, and I enjoyed it because it's a progressive game mode. Unlike Domination, where dying feels like a punishment, you have to start from the beginning, no matter what a good job you may have been doing on the other side right there before you get destroyed, right? How many people you may have been holding up and stopping and occupying and taking down, you died, now you have to spawn from the beginning. Okay, so Beacon Rush is different. If you manage to win that 2-on-1, yeah, if you manage to bravely fight through this, and you win, and you get the beacon, or you fool them and they walk away for a bit and you take it, you get to use it as a spawn beacon. It's very rewarding and progressive, right? This is what Beacon Rush has been. But in order to make this rewarding, you have to earn it. And Nightingales and Ravanas do not earn, they do not have to earn these beacons in Beacon Rush anymore. I catch myself playing Domination like in this video here, or Team Deathmatch a lot more these days because I just find it so much less enjoyable to play Beacon Rush these days, despite this being my absolute favorite game mode. Here, look at this. I'm literally stopping the entire team here with my Fenrir. If this was Beacon Rush, I would so deserve to use this beacon as a spawn, because man have I been useful to my team, right? But this is not what the Ravanas and Nightingales do. Let me get to the core problem here, and why Ravanas and Nightingales have ruined Beacon Rush for me big time. It's because you can't stop them. They get wherever they want to get, no matter what, okay? It's just, I have seen Ravanas cross the entire 560 meters distance bridge on Yamantau with 7 ability runs and 2 phase shifts, and capture the home beacon. And there's no way to stop them. They're invincible on their way there. And if they arrive there, they probably still have 2 or 3 invincibilities left, and they just kill you if you spawn there, right? Subscribe to the channel if you like the content. I don't know how you would like this, because right now I'm really upset and sad, because it means so much to me, this Beacon Rush. I loved it so much, you know? And this is, I can't stop myself from expressing my dissatisfaction with something is very, very bad in my opinion. And that's why I'm making this video here, guys. I want to hear what you guys think about it too, but let me keep explaining the Ravana's problem. They made it so now with a recent update, you no longer can capture a beacon in Transcendence or in Phase Shift, which is a good change, right? But how is this not applying to Stealth as well? How is it more fair or less of a problem that a Stealth Nightingale can hover in the air 20 seconds or whatever over you and stop you from turning that beacon blue? And there's nothing you can do about it, absolutely nothing. He even suppresses you the whole time. He heals his teammates, so he's a support robot. How is he also the universal carry everything bot that gets to all beacons indefinitely because of that stupid stealth that lasts forever? And if you say, hey man, don't worry, you can kill him with your legendary Outshun pilot, no you can't. And you can't use Fat Quantum Raider either, because he's gonna use Phase Shift before 50%. And then you damage him past 50%. You know what he's gonna do then? He's gonna use Phase Shift again, and latest at that point, that's when your stealth ability on the Outshun is gone, right? And that's when he still is in the air and flies and stops you from getting beacons. You can't kill a Ravana, it's unrealistic, you cannot. It flies for too long. And it's able to stop beacon progression in the meantime, making Beacon Rush an incredibly stupid game mode where the more Ravanas are in one team, the more stupid and unenjoyable the whole thing gets. And this is my problem. They don't deserve this. They just hold beacons and capture beacons by default, simply because it's this robot, this type of robot that gets to do all this, right? And this is my problem, and the same with the Ravana. But let's first go into detail about the Nightingale. Its role is support, healing, suppression, okay? Its role is not necessarily to carry the entire map at the same time by preventing any beacon progression on the enemy team side, no matter what. It's just, this is not what its role is, and it's not what it's supposed to be. Let's not forget that the Ravana can always choose to suppress you right before he lands, and then hit you hard with 2 rhymes and 1 cryo. No, 2 cryos and 1 rhyme while you are still being suppressed. While in the meantime, he heals himself all the way full almost every time when he starts to fly. Not just him, all his teammates as well, and he suppresses everybody. This is a Nightingale's impact on the battlefield, and it shouldn't be allowed to capture beacons and stealth. No robot should do this, and I've said it also, sorry for those who love the Loki, I've said it from day one and I still stand by that. Stealth should never have been allowed to capture beacons in the first place, because you can't attack them. A phase-shifting Loki is just as impossible to kill as a phase-shifting Nightingale. Double phase-shifting on top of that, right? It's unrealistic, you can't kill them, but they will stop your beacon progress forever, and they will run around and capture every beacon. I have seen a Nightingale capture 2 beacons in 1 stealth flight on the moon map. I'm not joking, this is absolutely outrageous. And the Ravana's problem is not just that the Ravana can go and, capture beacons in Transcendence and Phase Shift, which they now prevent. That's not the only problem. The problem is that he can get anywhere on the map and there's no way to stop them, and I said this from day one, and this is why I'm getting a little more than just a little upset, because I told you forever now that you need to be able to lock down the Ravana. You need to be able to lock him down, and you need to be able to have him locked no matter what. He shouldn't be able to deactivate game mechanics that have been put into the game for a reason and just press a button and be safe from it. No. If you get locked down, then you are locked down, and you won't move anywhere for the next 5 seconds, and it's important that you don't, because otherwise the Ravana is just gonna reach that home beacon of yours in frickin' Yamantau Beacon Rush and take it, and there's nothing you can do about it. Because you can't lock him, you can't kill him, he's invincible. He gets fast as heck when he uses the abilities. Even though he's a mad powerful brawler, he's the fastest robot, he's the strongest HP, he's the strongest firepower among the strongest. He's got all the best. So, yeah, how do you stop all this? How do you stop this? You can't spawn your robot in Beacon Rush every time. In case you're like screaming at me right now and saying, yeah, but you can spawn your robot in Beacon Rush on the beacon and stop him. No, you can't, because you may just have spawned your robot, and soon you may have the 40 seconds cooldown before you can spawn another. And besides, that's besides the point, you shouldn't have to scrap a full HP robot that you just spawned because a Ravana gets to a beacon that he should never be able to reach in the first place. You should have certain beacons be safe, and you should be able to build a front in which you fight, in which teams clash against each other for center beacons. That should be Beacon Rush. Fighting with established fronts. You shouldn't have to constantly worry about your home beacon, because a Nightingale can literally fly from their base to yours and take it in stealth without anybody being able to stop it, or the same with a Ravana. This is the problem. So unless you make the Ravana locked when he's locked, and he remains locked, you will always have this problem here. And the same with a Nightingale. Why can it fly so fast? Why does it fly so far? Why is it stealth for so long? I don't know, man. This has really destroyed the Beacon Rush game mode for me, because the big problem has been not that they just can do this, because they can do this in Domination too. They can reach that beacon, but eventually they get killed, and then you just take the beacon back in Domination. Boom. That's it. It's your beacon again, and you may have just lost a few seconds of beacon progress. A beacon control thing up there, you know, the bars. That's it. But that's not what happens in Beacon Rush. They get there, they take the beacon simply by default, because, well, it's their robot that gets to do all this, and then they spawn the next Nightingale or the next Ravana on it, or another teammate does, and that's it. Boom, GG. That beacon is their beacons for pretty much forever, right? I mean, sorry, but this ruins Beacon Rush for me. And there's easy ways to stop this, ones that I kept repeating for day one of Stealth, Loki. It was the day one Loki, where I said, no, Stealth cannot capture beacons, right? It shouldn't be able to, because you can't kill them if you don't have Quantum Radar or anything else. So, what are you trying to tell me? You cannot play Beacon Rush unless you have a quantum radar, because you know there's always going to be a stealth robot capturing beacons and you can't stop them. Is that what you're telling me? No, that can't be. That you're basically forced to not play Beacon Rush because, well, bad for you. You don't have quantum radar, and even if you do, as I said, it doesn't help against phase-shifting Lokis and Ravanas. A Loki is a very powerful assassin with 3 passive module slots, I think, can run overdrive unit and can brawl the heck out of you from any time when he drops his stealth and can kill you and catch you everywhere you have your ability not running. With his legendary pilot, he even drops his stealth a second later or two after he starts firing. It's an incredibly powerful assassin robot than Loki. It doesn't have to capture beacons from stealth to be good. It is good without that. And capturing beacons from invincibility and phase shift, Pixonic has realized is a bad thing. And the same thing happens with stealth. It's the same bad thing. And it shouldn't be possible. This is the point of this video. And another point that you finally need to make: the stupid Ravana lockable. It needs to remain locked when he's locked. You cannot just deactivate established game mechanics like lockdown and suppression simply because he pressed a button and because, well, it's that robot. A Hawk can be locked. A Hawk can be suppressed in his ability, which is good, right? The Hawk is incredibly powerful, probably a little too powerful, but a little too powerful is always okay. The problem is way too powerful and way too ridiculous like the Ravana is. That is the problem, right? That the Ravana can kill any robot without any big of a opposition, really, except another Ravana, including the Hawk, just waits out the ability and kills him afterwards, boom. And the Hawk, however, can be locked, so he can be suppressed. You can stop the Hawk from flying over to you. You can stop the robot from dealing its maximum damage by suppressing him. And that's good. It's good that they do this, because it shows me they understand that how to balance game and robots. Why is it not the case for Ravana's stealth, Loki's stealth, and why is it not the case for Ravana's in general? I hope I said Nightingales, not Ravana's again, right? I keep confusing names these days. My goodness, every second video I confuse some names. It's a flying Ravana that heals everybody, I said in the recent video. God damn it! Why do I say this? I know better. It's just that when I do live commentary, I tend to sometimes confuse stuff. I don't know. I know better, but I say the wrong names when I'm in the live commentary. It's crazy. Sorry about this, by the way. But yeah, Nightingale, Ravana, Nightingale, Loki. Stealth can no longer capture beacons. It should have never been able to do this in the first place, and just same as they did with the Ravana now. By the way, this guy is cheating. He has got unlimited stealth. I shown this to you before when he was here, and I showed you cheat in progress. He has somehow triggered his unlimited stealth. Don't worry, buddy. I'll be sending your name into Pixonic. Enjoy your account being banned. And by the way, in case you're ever considering to cheat yourself by doing whatever the heck is necessary to get unlimited stealth, right? Just be aware that any mobile phone these days has a screen recorder. Every mobile phone can screen record you and they can send it into Pixonic support, and that's it. Your account and all the time you've invested, all the money, it's gone, right? So, you know, I'm just gonna say this right here, guys. It's probably not worth it. So, here. He's now getting killed because of Arthur shockwaving him, thankfully. And, yeah, so sending the ID into Pixonic later, and here is the name. Look, he's getting killed now. In a second. Boop, there it is. This double finger to the side, Abim, I would say, but it's probably a Russian letter, is it? Not sure. But yeah, so, yeah, that was my video. How Nightingales and Ravanas have ruined Beacon Rush for me. The Loki is also in that same boat. The Loki is ruining it too. But at least the Loki has to walk where he wants to get to. Although, well, the jump unit allows him to jump too, so I guess it's no longer that. No, actually, it's just a big problem, really. It is a very big problem. And for me, it just makes a team deathmatch, no, Beacon Rush, very, very unenjoyable at certain times, despite this actually being my most fun game mode in the game for a very long time. And I'd like to see them do something about this, right? Tell me what you think, but from what I gather, most of you guys last time I told you this also agree that a Ravana should be lockdownable, right? That he might be able to have one anti-control against the lockdown, but after that he's going to be locked down and he's going to stand there for 5-6 seconds no matter what. Same as any other robot, he does not get to deactivate game rules that are there for a good reason. And Stealth shall never be able to capture beacons, same as Transcendence and Phase Shift. This is my thing, and if that would be the case, then I would probably enjoy Beacon Rush a lot more again. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and comment down below, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe, as brutal as a man can hit for more. Thanks for bearing with me, you guys are awesome as always. Manni signing off. Bye bye.